All right, we're going to classify triangles and identify some angle measures. So if I look, again, these are congruence marks. So this means that these two sides are the same. So if you have two sides the same, we're going to call that an isosceles triangle. That means two sides are the same. When we have this box that tells us it's a right angle and 90 degrees, so we are going to call this a right triangle. We will do a bunch of stuff with right triangles this year. We like right triangles. And here we've got the congruence marks. We also have the box. So we are going to describe this as a right isosceles triangle. Trying to combine the two. So some important notes to write down is that triangles, the measure of their interior angles. So again, angle A plus angle B plus angle C always add up to 180 degrees. If it doesn't add up to 180 degrees, it's not a triangle. So triangles always add up to 180 degrees. So let's take a look. Find the values of X and Y here. So I'm going to start by saying, I'm going to look in this triangle. So I've got a bunch of triangles in this one picture. But let's look at this one. So I know that I've got a right angle, which is 90, and my small angle over here is 20. So that tells me I've used 110 degrees of this triangle, which means if triangles always use 180 and I've already used 110, I only have 70 degrees left for this last angle right here, 70 degrees. Now, if this angle is 70 degrees, this angle also has to be 70 degrees because they are vertical angles, okay? Vertical angles are always congruent. So now I can look at this other triangle and say, hey, again, your goal, if you have two of the three angles, you can always figure out that third angle. So this one's 70, this one's 25. So 70 plus 25 gives me 95. I know triangles use 180, so if I subtract it, I'm left with 85. So I'm going to say X equals 85 degrees. All right, let's keep going. So now we're going to look at a third triangle in this one picture. It's going to be a little bigger of a triangle right here. And I see something that I have a right angle. So if I have a right angle over here, I'm also going to have a right angle here, which again tells me 90 degrees. I know this is the same angle, so I'm using 25 again. So I can say 90 plus 25 is 115, and 180 minus 115 is 65. So Y is going to equal 65 degrees. So X equals 85 degrees, Y equals 65 degrees. So again, if you want to think about this like a puzzle, again, your goal, your thinking is, how do I get two of the three angles? Because if I can get two of the angles, I know I can figure out the third one. And so I just have to use the information provided to be able to figure out what these values are. I had to start in this pink triangle to help me fill in what the triangle that used X and the triangle that used Y were. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to figure out that answer. All right, and our other theorem is the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So if we look at this example, it's talking about outside here, angle 1. That's like taking the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B. What you'll notice is that exterior angles create a straight line, and straight lines are always 180 degrees. Now that doesn't mean angle 1 is 180 degrees, but triangles also add up to 180 degrees. So whatever this is, plus this is going to equal 180 degrees. So it's all very similar. So I can take, okay, I've got these non-adjacent interior angles, x and 70. So I'm going to say x plus 70 plus my exterior angle, which creates a straight line. And I know that straight lines equal 180 degrees. 3x plus 65 equals 180. I'm going to subtract 65 and get 3x is equal to 115 divided by 3. And 115 divided by 3 gives me, let me just make sure I did that right, minus 65. Okay. Oh, excuse me. It doesn't equal 180. I have to set these two. Well, the whole thing would equal 180 because it's a straight line, but I'm forgetting about this angle right here. I forgot about this angle. So what I need to do is I need to set them equal to each other. Apologize. So I will say x plus 70 equals 2x minus 5. Subtract x, add 5. And I get 75 equals x. So the question, though, asked me to find the measure of JKM. So find this angle measure here. Okay, so again, if this is 75 and this was 70, I could figure out this third angle, and that's what I was mentioning before is, okay, 75 plus 70 is 145. 180 minus 145 is 35. So I could say if this angle's 35, I know that this angle has to be 145 because they create a straight line and it has to be 180. But let's just check our work. So let's say, okay, I'm going to plug in 75 every time I see an x. 2 times 75 minus 5, 150 minus 5, I get 145. So there's two ways to think about it. You can think about it like this, where I take angle A plus angle B, and it's going to equal my exterior angle. Or you think about it like saying, hey, I'm trying to figure out this third angle, which we found was 35. Once I figured out it was 35, I knew it created a straight line, which was 180. Therefore, angle JKM is 145 degrees.